I'm Angela. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer, and today we're going to walk through how to use dowsing rods to connect with spirit. Whether you're curious, skeptical, or somewhere in between, I'll show you how to use dowsing rods step by step with no gatekeeping and no fluff. If you're into woo, like me, or if you're just curious, make sure you hit subscribe because I post content like this every week. So when you get your rods, the first thing you want to do is cleanse them. So there's a few different ways that you can cleanse your dowsing rods. One way is to use smoke. Just like you would do a smoke cleanse with a space with a house, you can do the same thing with your dowsing rods. Here I'm using incense, but you can also use different herbs and just pass the dowsing rods over the smoke to completely cleanse them of any energy that's left in the rods. Another way to cleanse your dowsing rods is to use selenite. Selenite is a crystal that is good for removing any kind of negative energies. And you can cleanse your rods just by passing the selenite around your rods to clear any kind of negative energy, any kind of stagnant energy, any leftover energy that are on the rods from previous sessions or from being handled by other people. So the first thing I like to do is to ground myself. Before I start asking questions, I want to be fully grounded and I want to set the intention to make sure only loving, high vibrational energy comes through the dowsing rods. So I'll take a moment and I'll take a deep breath. And I make sure that I have a feeling of love. And how I do that is I like to think about my cats. You can think about something else that you love, your kids, whatever, but think about something you love and how much you love it and feel it in your heart center. And just take a deep breath and just feel that in your whole body. And invite loving energy in and high vibrational energy in. And make sure that you are setting your intention so that only that type of energy comes through the rods. Let's start by learning how to hold the rods. So the rods have a spinny tube that they're in, and then these parts are fixed. The rod part is fixed, but the tube spins. So what you want to do is you want to hold the tube. Do not touch the bottom part or the top part. You want to just hold the tube so that it can spin freely on its own. Now that your dowsing rods are cleansed, let's calibrate them. Calibrating them is like setting the GPS before you ask for directions. So first, you hold them out in front of you, let them come to a neutral position, and then you can calibrate them by asking a question that you know the answer to. So I'm going to ask, it's summertime here in North Carolina, and so I'm going to ask it, is it hot outside? Okay, so that's my yes. So my yes is the rods crossing. So now you can ask it to come back to neutral. Please come back to a neutral position. Okay. So now I'm going to ask another question. Is it raining? No. So the rods going opposite of each other is my no. Please come back to neutral. And that's how you calibrate your rods so that you know what is a yes for you and what is a no. And now we're ready to ask questions. Let's go to a neutral position. Are my spirit guides here with me right now? Yes. Please go back to neutral. Okay. Let's see. What's another question? Do animals sense energy more than humans? No. So that means that we are fully aligned. Like if we connect to ourselves and connect to spirit, we are fully aligned just like animals. Okay, go back to neutral, please. Go back to neutral. Sometimes it takes them a minute. This one's coming slowly. There it goes. Okay. Is my mother watching over me? Yes. For those that don't know, my mother passed away in 2021. Go back to neutral, please. Okay. Sometimes I like to give them a minute to make sure they're at neutral. Okay. Should I take a vacation for my birthday? No, really? Really? I really wanted to take a vacation for my birthday, but okay. Please go back to neutral. I've noticed that this one over here takes a minute to get back to neutral. This one's coming a little better. Please go to neutral. Just waiting on you, Lefty. I want to let you know what it feels like in my hands. So the energy is going through the rods and it almost feels like a pulsating in my hands, like not quite like a heartbeat, but I can feel the energy, if that makes sense. That'll make sense to some people. Some people it may not, but I can feel the energy in my hands. Okay, so now we're back to neutral. Let's ask one more question. Is it going to rain this week? No. We are in a heat wave here and we could really use a good rain because it is 100 degrees today. Okay, please go back to neutral. So now that I'm done asking questions, what I like to do is to thank my spirit guides. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for helping me with the rods. I really appreciate it. And just kind of close the session and, let them know that I'm done using the rods and the session is closed. So when I put the rods down, the energy is closed. There's no more energy going into them, and everything is done. So now that I'm done, I am going to cleanse my rods again, and then I'm going to put them in their carrying case, which is this felt case that I have for them. But when I'm cleansing them this time, I am going to say I close this session and I close it with love, and then cleanse them really well and put them in their case and store them. So that's how you use dowsing rods. And I have linked the ones that I have in the description. And if you want me to do a video with your questions, leave it in the comments and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the video. And if I get enough questions, I will do another video and I'll ask your specific questions with the rods.